Welcome back to Farm with the Cans. Today I'm picking cucumbers, so let's get into it. There's a long one. I think it's ready. There's one. Let's look over here. There's a good looking one right there. It has something weird looking on the bottom. I think it's ready. Is this one? I don't think that one's quite ready yet. This one's not really ready, but it's getting big around. You want to pick them before they're too big around or else they have big seeds and it's not good. There's one, it's long, but it's not really that thick. Here's one. It's really big on the bottom. I think we should pick it. When they start turning yellow, that means they're ready. That means they're getting big. You gotta make sure you don't step on any cucumbers. There's one. It's ready. There's some ones that look like they'll be good cucumbers. See if there's any over here. Here's two. They look ready. We have a lot of blooms on the cucumbers. Sometimes they're in the middle and they're harder to find. So see if there's any in there. There's one. I don't think it's quite ready yet though. We got a lot of cucumbers.
How many did you get?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We're gonna look at our raised beds. Here's our peppers. There's a little pepper that's starting. Here's some little ones. What's this? There's a pepper that's starting. Here's our strawberries. I don't think there's any more. Here's our carrots. Here's our tomatoes. They look like they could use some water. And here's our cucumbers. Not bad. Here's our peppers. There's a little green one right there. Looks like this one has a bloom right there. Here's some little ones. I don't think that one has any blooms on it yet. Here's one. Here's a pepper. Here's our strawberries. I don't think we're gonna have any more of them this year. It looks like we need to trim them. Here's our carrots. If you're wondering why there's like a hole here, it's because the ants were right there and they're trying to eat our carrots. Looks like on this bed we need to pull some weeds. Let's see how big the carrots are. There's a big one. Here's our tomatoes. Looks like there's getting some tomatoes on them. Here's some. Here's some over here. There's a few on this one. There's some little ones right there. It looks like we could use some water on our tomatoes. Here's our cucumbers. We're gonna try to clean up our raised beds a little bit and pull weeds. I'm gonna throw these weeds over the fence. I'm gonna pick these weeds because if I do them with the hoe, I might damage the pepper. Now I'm gonna use the hoe. I'm trying to get this plant with the hoe because it's a briar and I don't want to poke my hand. I need to come in here and pick up the plants because, or else they'll just stay in here and grow back again. You want to make sure you get these by the root, or else they can grow back again. And then we're throwing them over the fence so they'll grow back there instead of in our raised beds. We also don't want rocks in our soil. We want to make sure we get all the dirt off these so it can leave as much dirt in raised beds as possible. We got all the weeds out, so now I'm smoothing up the bed. I'm smoothing up the dirt so it can be level so next year we can plant some more plants in it. Thanks for watching. Remember to comment, like, and subscribe.